Hi everyone, so today's video is going to be about creaseless concealers, and I'm just going to go ahead and get started. Now these are my favorite concealers that I use to prevent creasing. I am the type where the skin underneath my eyes will crease like crazy if I allow it to. I do have a pretty good variety, I want to say, of different types of concealers. I definitely have drugstore and some high-end ones that I tend to gravitate towards the most. The one I'm loving right now, I will also talk about that a little bit later for you guys, and the way I tend to set it. Now, some people will say that all concealers crease, and I do agree with that to an extent, but to me it really depends on what you're setting your concealers with. If you're someone that just gets up in the morning time, you put your foundation and your concealer on, then that could be the problem right there, especially if you don't set it with a powder. For some people, if you have really bad dark circles, sometimes what I will do is or darkness or whatever, what I will do is I will put concealer first, and then I put on my foundation, and then another layer of concealer, and then I'll put it in with a powder. I know that seems like a lot, but if you have really bad dark circles, you can try that. What I found out that works the best for me, however, is if you suffer from dark circles or just dark under eye darkness, what tends to work for me is to go ahead and when you're putting on your foundation, to also put just a little bit underneath that eye area. So I'm saying, like, if you use a brush or a sponge, to just go ahead right underneath that eye area as well, and it should take care of it. And then go over it with your concealer, and then after your concealer, immediately apply your setting powder, whichever one you prefer. For me personally, I happen to prefer the Nars. This is the Translucent Crystal, guys, and I absolutely love this powder for setting my under eye concealer. It's nice, it kind of brightens a little bit, and it's not too over the top. I really like this one. Also, I happen to like the one, I want to say, by Hourglass as well, the diffused, not diffused light, is it dim light? Hold on, let me go check and get that. Okay, so here's the one in diffused light, and I happen to like this one too for setting underneath that under eye area. So if you don't pick up the Nars one, I would definitely recommend picking up this one by Hourglass, because I absolutely love these setting powders, guys. I used this one first. This is way better to me than a banana powder, because it really doesn't leave that white flashback in pictures as the banana powder does, and also this Translucent Crystal doesn't leave that flashback either. So you kind of just want to stay with something that's not going to leave the flashback, especially if you're someone that's going to be taking pictures and so forth. I think you'll be happy with either one of these two. Okie dokie. So now let's talk about the concealer. So first off, I'm going to start with the high-end concealers. These are the ones that I just tend to gravitate towards. Like I said, I'm really not picky when it comes to my concealer, because I use a bunch of different ones. It doesn't matter if it's from the drugstore, 99 cents, $1.99, which I think the one that I'm going to show you guys is pretty much around $1.99. Or if it's $25.99. If it works, it works. So the best ones that I found, I'm going to start out with the high-end ones, and this one is the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. Now this one was all the rave a while back on YouTube. I know the girls talked about this one like crazy, and it's because it's so good. What I like about this one, I'm in the color NC42 for this, and I also use it as an eyeshadow base. Guys, this concealer is just, it's like paint. Once you put it on and it sets, it's not going to move. It just stays there. It's absolutely beautiful. It's kind of a medium kind of formula. It's a little more, it's not too on the runny side, so it's just right in the middle, and it's absolutely perfect. And you can get this concealer from MAC Cosmetics, guys. I love this, and I would definitely recommend it if you're someone that definitely has a lot of creasing and you tend to find that a powder doesn't work. Also, another reason why you may suffer from creasing is because you're applying too much concealer. That can also be another reason why. The thing I like about using the Beauty Blender is it's going to take away any excess concealer that you've used underneath that area. So that's another thing. If you have some kind of like a wet sponge, it's absolutely excellent. If you have a really good brush, a lot of people will talk about the Sigma, the F86 brush for also blending out concealer. Is also really good. I'll have my Sigma link down below if you're interested in purchasing that brush, or you can also check out the Sephora link. I will also put that down below as well for the Beauty Blender sponge that I'm talking about, which is just the sponge here. As you can see, mine is dirty because I do my concealer and highlight and all that stuff with it, but it's an excellent sponge. I'm definitely going to be picking up some more of these because I love them, and I've had this one for quite a while, but yeah, the Beauty Blender and the F86 by Sigma is two tools that I would definitely recommend, and also those two setting powders as well. But the MAC Pro Longwear works really well, guys, and you can even use it as an eyeshadow base if I didn't mention that before. The next one that I'm going to talk about that's high-end is the Nars. This is the creamy, the Radiant Creamy Concealer, and I know a lot of people have also talked about this, and I do like this concealer. It's perfect, really. I really do like it, but this concealer reminds me a lot of a cheaper alternative that I'm also going to talk to you guys about. When you put it on, it's just, it's perfect. I mean, I really can't say anything about it. It's nice, it's creamy, and it does give off that radiance appearance underneath the eyes. I'm in the shade Medium Dark 1 Biscuit for this, so if you're interested in that, that's the shade I am in, that Medium Dark 1 Biscuit for the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. And then the one that I'm absolutely loving, and this is even better than that, guys, if you can't get your hands on the Pro Longwear, and like I said, I recommend the Pro Longwear concealer for those that have the really that suffer from really bad under eye crease, and I would definitely recommend this. If it's easier for you to go to a Sephora or something like that, then I would definitely recommend picking up the Naked Skin Concealer. And this has been, again, all the rave and talk. This one is in between the NARS one, I would say. It's very lightweight. It doesn't feel heavy underneath the eyes like some of the other thicker concealers can. And that's another reason why I say you always want to make sure that you have a concealer that's not really too thick for under eye area. The MAC palette that I have that I tend to use for my brows to conceal underneath my brows is too heavy for me to use underneath my eyes. So any concealer that you put like for zits or pimples or breakouts or whatever, I wouldn't necessarily recommend that for that under eye area. I would do something a little bit lighter or sheer in that aspect. But anyway, this is the Naked Skin by Urban Decay, and I absolutely love this. It's weightless complete coverage concealer, and it's amazing. I have it on today, guys, and I have it just a shade lighter than my skin, as you guys can see, because I really like for my concealers to give that lightening and brightening effect to them as well. If you tend to get a concealer that's more your skin tone, of course it's going to look just more like your skin, but I feel that this one gives a more of a lit within look, and I really do like it. And I use my Beauty Blender with this, and I also happen to use my Nars Translucent Crystal powder with this, and this is like my holy grail combination, guys. So I definitely love those. Okay, so for drugstore, yes, I have drugstore products that I use too for concealing underneath the eyes, and I absolutely love these. So the first one I'm going to talk to you about is the Maybelline. This is the Fit Me Concealer, guys, and this is absolutely perfect. This is in the shade Medium, the one that I have, and this is very comparable to the NARS Creamy Radiant Concealer. So if you have to choose between the two of these, I would definitely tell you to go with the Maybelline because it's a lot cheaper and you're basically getting the same exact thing. So absolutely love the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer, and I am in the shade Medium, the number 25 Medium, on this concealer. So the Maybelline Fit Me is a really great one. You have to give that one a try, especially if you're someone that's more in the drugstore range or you're looking for a great drugstore concealer. Definitely give that one a try. You will not be disappointed. And then last but not least are some other really great concealers, and these were also hyped about again a while back. To me, I think the things that I collect the most are highlighters and concealers. And I just gotten into the whole foundation thing, so it's kind of like foundations, highlights, concealers. Those are the things that I tend to collect the most, and you will see the most of in my makeup drawers back here in the back. But anyway, I have been in love with the LA Girl. These are the Pro.Conceal. These are the HD ones. These are absolutely wonderful, guys. They come in a wide variety of shades, as you guys can see here. And I usually get the color in medium beige, creamy beige, and pure beige. And as you can see on camera, which at least I hope you can, they are a little bit different in color. This one happens to be the lightest one. This is when I want that really highlighted effect look, almost kind of ghostly. I will go with this one. The medium beige one is the next one, I do believe. Yeah, this one is the next one. This is the medium beige, and I absolutely love this one. This one gives you the same highlight like the one I have on today. Just a little bit of a highlight. It's not overwhelming. It's not underneath, you know. When I say underneath, I mean that it's not, you know, it's still there. It still gets a nice highlight underneath the eyes. And then the one in pure beige is the one that's, I think it's like the color of my skin. Exactly. So with that concealer, it just looks really natural on me. And these I wouldn't tend to use for any blemishes or breakouts or anything like that, because these are really light and formula. So they are more of a, these are definitely creamy. So I wouldn't necessarily use these on any type of areas like that, but I absolutely love these as well. So there you guys have it, a shorter video for you guys. Definitely, if you're in the market for some highlighters, concealers, definitely make sure you guys look at these. You can also use them as highlighters as well. But I love the ones I've shown you guys, and I'm happy that I was actually able to give you guys some options as to opposed to just sticking to one brand or one price range. So thank you guys so much for watching the video. If you liked the video, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, give it a thumbs down. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!